you pay, survey the property you made. Put in an offer you didn't have to say. Higher than me for real. It's feeling like God in here. Bitch got that grace appeal. They stick with annoying what else am I supposed to feel? Won't you come in, put your feet up, how you waiting here? Let me back up while you do you, I won't interfere. Check my feng shui, I can rearrange the chandelier. Get a show ready where you set it up, it's a brand premiere.
This girl talking gotta make them feel. I'm something special, I ain't just a vessel. I found your word was my way to heal. Now I'm outside trying to spread the message. The devil dripping, he been causing wreckage. My testimony went from declining to the upper hand, finally gave me leverage. What I felt was a stretch, it led to agility. You were the balance, I needed stability. All the allure, spirit so pure, from Father to Son like the holiest Trinity. Open arms, I receive the blessings. In every lesson, hope to see progression. The more you lead me to community, the more I see a need for intercession. Gotta pray for him.
I'll be your temple, I'll be your sanctuary. You can come dwell here, why won't you come and fill me? Jesus, have your way.
What's going on, everybody? This is yours truly, Jasmine D. Milhouse, and I am welcoming you back to the F.L.Y show for the new season. If you have missed me, I missed you too, so the feeling is mutual, but I'm not going to prolong you. As you're tuning in, let me know where you're watching from. Make sure you like, tag, and share, because we are live. If you see the red button at the top, that means you're tuning in as we are live right now. So if you drop anything in the comments, I can see it. I can respond. I am excited about who I'm sitting here talking with tonight in this green room. When I tell you, I am excited for this one right here because I have known her. It's been a very short time, but it feels like I've known her for a long time. That's just how close we got in such a short period of time. But before I get her on here, let me just read a little bit of her bio. I am talking to none other than the queen herself, Miss Lakecia Lockeridge. She is born and raised in the Memphis, Tennessee area. She is a woman of faith, a mother of two beautiful daughters who are her world. She has had a fire and a desire to help others even at a young age, which led to her career straight out of high school, may I add, as a personal care attendant in the healthcare industry. She then chose to create a career as a commercial driver, which she was for 12 years. She furthered her education at the Ultimate Medical Academy in 2019 and graduated with an Associate's of Science degree in healthcare management. She has now found the light that you all see. I know you all have been watching her. If you have not, make sure you share, go follow her. Okay, and don't do it right now. Wait till we get through this interview. Just hold your mute, as Tab say. But she has found a way to express herself through the love of writing. She allows her pen and paper to be her canvas to create inspirational and motivational messages to the world. She is a two-time Amazon best-selling author and a grief coach. She is known for her open transparency and her compassionate spirit. So without further ado, y'all know it is my pleasure. It is my honor to present to you, introduce to some, Miss Lakecia Lockeridge.
Hey.
Hi, Queen.
Hey, everybody. Hey, sis.
Hey. Good evening, everybody, to everyone that's watching. Hey, Miss Angela. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Vicky East. Hey, Vicky. Girl, I ain't seen you in 1,000 years. But that's neither here nor there. Hello, good evening, Roger. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you all are liking, tagging, and sharing the broadcast, because there are so many people that need to hear the story of this beautiful young lady right here. And I hope as we get into this show tonight that you all leave with some nuggets, some inspiration, and some motivation to let you know that if she can do it, if I can do it, what makes you think you can't do it, right?
Right.
All right. So, with that being said, how are you doing, ma'am?
I am wonderful. Fresh
You
out work,
nervous?
girl.
You just got out
But I'm
work?
wonderful. Fresh out work.
Okay.
Hey,
All right
I
now.
work a job too.
All right now. All right. So getting into it, this is always my first question that I like to ask is how do you define who Lakecia is?
Ooh, that's a great question, sis. You just come right off the top.
I mean, just,
Yes.
just
But I would definitely say that Lakecia is a woman of many, many titles. Of course, mother, caregiver, you name it. But I'm learning that my titles don't define me.
oh my mind. Straight out the gate, huh?
Straight out the gate, my titles do not define me.
Mhm.
Me as a person, I'm a compassionate person, full of love, hardworking, dedicated, loving, caring, kind, you name it. But I'm also a woman with a purpose, but I'm in search of my purpose.
Ooh.
Yes, I am on a journey of unlearning, unprogramming, relearning, reprogramming, and God got me. So I can't say, oh, I'm this, and that, but one day I will be able to say I'm this, and that. So,
You know what? If I can just be a little bit honest with you, because we
mhm.
keep it real over here on the fly.
Please do.
Um, for you being able to speak in your transparency, um, of I don't have it all the way together,
Mhm.
but I'm on my path to figuring what all the way together looks like.
Mhm.
I applaud you. And what would you do? You bow, curtsy, all that good stuff, all of that. Because if you're being, if I mean, truth be told, yeah, some people, they have it all figured out. They got a whole little plan laid out. But
Mhm.
I've been told if you want to make God laugh, tell him what your plan is,
Oh, yes.
because who you are today may not be who you are in 6 months. So, in learning who you are, because we have to unlearn things that we grew up with, we have to unlearn things that we taught ourselves even as an adult. So,
Mhm.
just hearing the honesty of that, I love it, because it gives you the ability to show that you're vulnerable, that you're willing and you're open to learn new things. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Just being on a journey to discovering what's next. And that leads me to asking you, so what led you up to this point? Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Girl. um, this girl right here that you see on this screen, this was not her 10 years ago. Um, a brief background about me, I come from a typical family of dysfunction.
Okay.
And that's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
My parents and grandparents couldn't teach me what they didn't know. So I was a teenage mom, jumped straight off the porch into motherhood.
Wow.
And from there, I tried to figure life out the best way that I knew how.
Mhm.
Made a lot of mistakes, a lot of bumps in the road, was facing years in jail and doing things I ain't have no business doing. Yeah, the
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
But God.
Right.
But God. And it took for me to be facing that time in jail for me to realize that that was not the life that I wanted to live,
Mhm.
that I desired and deserved more. My children deserve more. And that started my journey of finding me
Mm.
and chasing more, better, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
just reprogramming who I was as a woman because I was straight good.
Mm.
Survival mode, and
Right.
survival mode can be a dangerous situation. So, yeah.
Listen. So what would you say interrupted what was the thing that happened to you that interrupted that path that you were on?
Oh, definitely facing that time in jail, facing that time away from my children. When you shelling out that money to them lawyers and they like, look, the best we can get you is
Mm,
a minimum of this amount of years. And I'm like, you know, what about my children? And they like, was you thinking about your children when you was committing a crime? Was you thinking about your children when you know? So
right.
that really that was the pivoting point in my life
Mm-hmm.
where I had to sit down and reflect and, own my stuff
Mm-hmm.
and know that, nah, this ain't the way. So I prayed to God.
Right.
I'm like, God, you get me out of this.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about your girl going back. Period.
So we don't do repeat offense over here.
Oh no.
As a
Won't go back
look, I'm done. Like all I need is one time.
one time.
One time. That's
One
it.
time. That's it.
Listen. And you know what? And no offense to nobody that's on the other side of the tracks, but I have never been on that side. Like, I don't know. And my dad was the captain of the sheriff department. He was in the military. Now I myself, honey, I like to get up when I get ready, move when I want to,
But
do what I
that's the
want.
thing,
So
sis.
I was never exposed to where I had to be in survival mode until I became an adult. But
Yeah.
I was so accustomed to being in survival mode and not being on that side of the tracks that I never had that experience. But
Yeah.
I know, like, I'm blood related to people that's been there, that had that journey, did the time and everything. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So just watching their story unfold, watching their journey, it made me pull away from even thinking about, you know what I mean? Girl,
Mhm.
look, I talk real bold and I'm real boisterous on this line. But put me in the hood, baby, I'm a fold every time. I'll be like,
Oh,
Mom, take me home. Come get me. Get me an Uber out of here because I can't, I can't. I can't
yes.
do it. I'm a softie. I'm real soft. Baby, I can't do it. But my like just being but for you being a female, that so many women have to deal with that. So many women have to fight, their way out of a corner. They have to fight with their back against the wall. They have to fight to just keep their self-respect, or to make somebody else respect them, or to get what
Mm.
they feel that they deserve in that moment. For you, what is your mindset now versus what your mindset was back then?
Back then, of course, I'm short in stature. They say you say
You a hot 4'11".
so they say, the short people make the most noise. But for me,
Mm,
I felt like I didn't have a voice.
mm,
And I didn't care how loud I was or how um emotional I was. I just felt like my voice was not heard.
mhm.
And so I was the one that will become the Tasmanian devil and make sure you heard exactly what I said.
Okay.
But now in the present moment, I have no need to
Mhm,
do that. I say what I say, I mean what I mean, I stand firm on it. If you can't respect it, then I just don't deal. That's the growth in it. And I
right.
love that I don't allow the outside things to affect my peace
Mhm,
anymore.
mhm.
And so that's the big change for me.
You making this flow real good. You hear me? When I tell you making it flow real well, real good, real good. And so in facing like different challenges, and have you ever had a moment of fear going through your journey?
Oh yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh yes. I've had a lot of moments of fear. Particularly starting my journey, I just felt like I wasn't good enough.
Mhm.
So I feared everything. I feared my face in a camera. I feared, speaking in a room where I felt like I wasn't worthy to be in.
Mhm.
I had a lot of fear, self-doubt, you name it. Self-sabotage, like,
Right. Yeah.
yes, I was. You even spoke on that with me, like, hold up,
Mhm.
sis, let's get
Mhm.
this together, but
Right.
it was all in the growing stages. It was all a part of the learning experience for me. Um, fear, fear is a part of, it's not a part of God's will, but it's a part of human nature.
Mhm.
And so even before I came on this interview, I had to shake them nerves off, that
Yeah.
was fear
Yeah.
there. So,
Right.
it's just learning how to overcome the fear, to know that I am worthy, I
Mhm.
am enough, I do deserve to be in this room. You have to speak those things into yourself. You have to start believing in yourself. And that was the key thing. I didn't believe in myself. Now, if you told me to go out here and hustle and do all of that, oh, I believed in myself to do that because I experienced it and I know what I could get accomplished.
Mhm.
But when I had to change it and when I had to come on to the other side, I didn't
Mm.
believe in myself. And so, once I gained that belief in myself, that fear started to evaporate.
Right. Right. And so I want to take a little trip down a bit of a hard road. Okay.
Okay.
Um, a lot of people that follow you, and for those that don't know, you tragically went through a series of deaths in your family, right?
Yeah.
What was that journey like for you in coming out of it? Because when I met you, you were dead in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And seeing you now, it's totally different woman. What was that journey like going through? What was that being a grief coach and a grief counselor? What was your way of coping with your grief?
Well, first, let me say this here. Becoming a grief coach was obviously a part of God's plan for me. You
Mhm.
can't coach nobody on anything if you haven't experienced it yourself.
Right.
Um, but I never thought I experienced it to the magnitude of what I experienced.
Mhm.
Um, 2015, I lost my granny, my best friend, and that hit me like a ton of bricks.
Right.
Um, but I couldn't sit in it because she left me with an assignment, and that assignment was my grandfather. She left me with that assignment to care for him. And so instead of grieving her, I threw myself into the assignment. 2020 came, and the first death I experienced in 2020 was my best friend
Mhm.
of 23 years.
Mhm.
My ace, my boom, my go to,
Right. Right.
Um, and that was sudden, and I couldn't understand it. Um, Considering I just spoke with her on the phone and the conversation was upbeat, everything. So it kind of took me aback, but going to her funeral and experiencing her service, I took on the mind frame that she's free. So that helped me in my healing process with her. Um, hmm. Oh, but May came around, and the guy that I was engaged to, he was hit by a car. Like literally, we just got off the phone. Not even 30 minutes later, I get the phone call. He was hit by a car, and um, it was tragic, you know. Um, and I grieved him, but he didn't pass away. I grieved him because he will no longer be the guy that I fell in love with.
Mm.
He was put into a vegetative state. Um, and he's improved from that now, but he's still paralyzed from the neck down, 24-hour care. But I grieved a live person. you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was hard. That
Yeah.
was really hard to sit by his side and go see him and just be there with him. And then when I have to walk out that door, I can't take that man with me, you know? So
Right.
that was hard. That one was really hard,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I still have moments behind that. Um, because I fought for his life. You
Right.
know, I was like, no, y'all ain't pulling no plug, you know? And then I still have those battles where it's like his quality of life, you know, what type of quality of life does he have now? So that one is still kind of one that I'm still healing from.
Yeah.
Oh, but my 2020, November 2nd, 2020 is the one that I thought would take me out of here.
Yeah.
And that was my brother, my baby brother. My mom only had two children. Um, Even though we were 3 years apart, it was like we were twins. You know, you couldn't say one name without the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was my other half. And that one right there left me in upside down, literally.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't function, couldn't focus, couldn't comb my hair, anxiety, couldn't go to the grocery store, couldn't just, and that's when you met me. You
Yeah.
met me in the midst of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just like, I didn't know how I was going to push through.
Right.
Um, but I pushed through
Mm-hmm.
because every day that I got up, I knew that I was here for a purpose. God didn't take my life, so I'm here. So every day that I get up, I know that I got something else that I need to accomplish.
Right.
Um, his children, you know, I threw myself into being the best TT that I could possibly be, and I'm still am because they in my house now. You know, but I can't even. God got me through that.
Right.
Only God got me through that.
Yeah.
And I still have my moments, you know, I still have my moments. And people don't understand that grief does not have a time limit. It don't have
Right.
a time limit. You know, I can hear a song that we used to listen to back in the day, and you know, those tears will come up, but now I
Mm-hmm.
try to grieve in a healthy way. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the memories that we shared, the fun times that we shared, the talks that
Right.
we had, the wet kisses he left on my forehead, you know, the I love you, sis, you know, and I
Yeah.
just remember that um right after, you know, I started to get my life back on track with that, I lost a cousin tragically.
Mm-hmm.
Um Ironically, my cousin and my brother were best friends. And he was like my support. You know, I remember spending New Year's Eve on the phone with him, reminiscing about memories of my brother. And
Right.
8 days later, he's tragically taken away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that did a number on me too. I'm like, okay, God, like, how much more I gotta take, you know? But then I also I stopped questioning God so much because put him in the ground on a Saturday, and that following Tuesday I lost my other younger brother
Mm-hmm.
on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And baby, when I tell you it, nobody but God that got me through it all. But now I try to just focus on, honoring them in a positive way
Mm-hmm.
instead of dwelling on the situation and the tragedies of me losing them and how I lost them. Because see, people don't understand. It's one thing to grieve someone when you know what's happening or when you have time to, sit with what's to become.
Mm-hmm.
But to talk to someone on the phone at 3 p.m. and then at 10 p.m. they're gone and you have no explanation of why, that's a lot,
Right.
that's a lot. So, um, with my coaching program, I just want people to focus on the healthier parts of grieving because grief can take you out here. Stress kills,
Mm-hmm.
and your loved ones will want you to pass away from stress. And people don't realize the soul don't die. So if the soul doesn't die, then somewhere beyond the sky, they're watching you. you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're in your corner.
Right.
And how can their souls flourish if they're constantly looking over their shoulder in the spiritual realm, worrying about you and how you're still stuck because of their passing? So
Right.
that's something that I hold on to. That gets me through my day, and I hope that it helps someone else get through their day. But
Mhm.
through it all, I just keep pushing and I keep God first. And I want to honor my brothers. I want to honor my cousin. I want to honor my best friend. I want to honor my grandmother in a healthy way.
And in going through all of that, and what I like to call it is becoming your destiny. And
Mhm.
sometimes becoming your destiny is real hard.
Mm.
In the season of becoming your destiny, how has it been for you to maintain your identity?
Girl. I wasn't able to maintain my identity. That identity I had previously is
Mhm.
gone.
Yeah.
It was wiped away. Even with me trying to hold on to parts of it, it was like, nope, this gotta go, that gotta go, this gotta go. Um, and so I have a new identity. And each day God is adding something else to my new identity. So
Yeah. I love it. And you know what's so amazing is just like what you said earlier when you was like, God, how much more can I, like, what else you gonna hit me with?
mhm.
That is, when I tell you I've never I have never, I came close, but that uttering that question, I'm like, all right, you know what? Fine. You want me to go through this? Okay, cool. We gon' you gonna help me through it. I'm gonna tell you that. Like this
Oh
is how we
yeah.
talking. You gonna put me in here and then you gonna help me get out of nah. Come on, let's get to work. What you want me to do? How do you want me to come out of this? Because I know
Yeah.
you're taking me through it for a reason. And I need you to be able to open my spiritual eyes so I can see the reason of why you're taking me through it. Even when I have tears in my eyes, even when I don't feel like getting up out of bed, I still want to know why you taking me through this. So when I come up out of this right here, I have the ability to understand what I'm supposed to do in the next level. I have the wisdom from what I just went through that if I can conquer that, oh baby, this right here is gonna be a cakewalk.
Well, see, I'm a detail oriented person.
You are.
I am. I got
You
to
are.
have all the pieces to the puzzle. You know that.
We
And
know.
I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that I cannot have an authentic relationship with God if I can't question Him. That's my
Man,
personal belief.
listen, listen.
And even though sometimes I don't like them responses,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Come on
I
now.
still, I
Ask
still
questions.
have questions. And
Yeah.
I believe wholeheartedly that He's okay with that because
Mhm.
He created me. He knew what He was creating when He created this little woman. You know, He knew. So He already knew I was coming with them questions too. So,
Mhm.
but that helps me to be able to sit down and talk to God, like, because I'm gonna ask you, Jay, why you do that? God, why you do that, God?
Right, right.
Let me know. Like, well, I missed some, let me know.
Mhm.
And sometimes he lets me know. But
Yeah.
sometimes he don't let me know. And then that's when I go to Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not upon our own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct my path. Period.
You better come
So
on here and quote that. Come on, Sunday school.
yes. So girl. So
That's
yeah,
a little real.
everyone has their own belief and their own way of approaching God, but what you see with me is what you get, and what God see is what He gonna get. I have to be authentic, and
Right.
and that's the only way that I feel like I can address it. Period.
Mhm. And you know that and like I was saying to you earlier before we went on, walking in your authentic self.
Mhm.
I don't allow mask on the fly show. Like,
Mm.
period. When we come, when I step, God stepping with me. And I had to learn that it is okay to be me. You know, I
Mm.
had to learn that it is okay to walk in my authority. That I can't look at somebody like Katrina or Ebony or Ilyasa and walk in their authority because it's not gonna
Mhm.
work. Their authority may kill me. You
Oh,
see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Somebody else's journey is not meant to fit me, it's meant to fit them. When I had to understand that ain't nobody like me, can't nobody do me, I stopped wanting to be other people.
And I wholeheartedly agree because I went through
Yeah.
the same thing. I'm like, I want to be like them. Man, look how they own the stage and look how they own this and look what they doing and this and that. And I had to step back like, girl, that's their
Them.
path,
Right.
not you.
Mm-mm.
And once I accepted that, I'm okay with who I am.
Right.
I'm
Right.
okay with being Lakecia, LaJean, Lockeridge, with the big old smile, with the dimples, with this one lazy eye over here. I'm okay with that because that's me.
You ain't have to
That's
put your
me.
business out in the street like that. You know, and just knowing that even through all of that, you're still you, you know? You still have, because again, everybody can't handle your crown. Everybody
Mm.
can't wear. You know, they say heavy is the head that wear the crown. Baby, try it. Let me put my crown on your head for a little bit and see how quick you tilt over. Cause everybody everybody can't fit me. And
You
I
see that
can't
profile picture I got? That
and do
I'm filthy, but it didn't fall.
it didn't fall. Right.
Baby, heavy
And,
is that crown, and it's okay because it's my
yeah,
crown.
it's your
It's my
crown. And in knowing that and in understanding that, and again, you know, walking in understanding your identity, becoming the person that God created, becoming the Lakecia that God set here, becoming that woman. What has that been like for your daughters to watch?
Oh my God. It has been, oh my God, it's been amazing. Because see, you gotta understand my children see me back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been the one to shelter my kids from my life. They were my life. Like they were my broke besties. Oh, for sure, riders. Like if I had to go at 3 o'clock in the morning, they was going with me. My children never left my side. I've always kept them, been very overprotective of my children and kept them, by my side. But now to see them watch me
Yeah.
grow and the comments that they give me and the support and the love and how proud of me they are and they like telling their friends my mama wrote a book and oh my God, it's just amazing. The first time I experienced it was when I walked across the stage and obtained my degree. um I had a lack of support growing up, a lot of discouragement, and I pushed through that, and it's okay. Well, it's okay now, you know.
Mhm. Right.
But I knew I always wanted to attain my degree. And so in 2019, when I walked that stage and I looked up and I saw my babies up there and they were screaming and hollering, and my oldest daughter was crying. That was a moment that is embedded in me forever. Like, and so even now with this book, every time I share something about a book or, anything I got going on, you best to believe they the first two to share it. Like, my mama, check her out. So it's just amazing to see my children watch me go through life and know that no matter what is placed in your way, you can overcome it. No
Right.
matter what obstacles come against you, you can overcome it.
Right.
And they tell me all the time, Mama, you so strong. And I never give up on myself because you never gave up on yourself. Like the comments like that, that's just everything because I
Mm.
know that I've
Listen.
done my job with my kids, and my oldest daughter is 20 now. My baby girl is 17, and both of them working jobs and, worried about their future, not really worried, but, planning their futures and
Right.
just to know that I instill that in them and they can take that and pass it along for generations to come is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is what that's what it's about, you
Yeah.
know, that generational curse breaking.
Hmm.
What I had to deal with, you're not gonna deal with that. You know, I didn't have support. Let me show you how much I got your back. I didn't have, affirmations. Let me speak life into you. Let me show you how to speak over yourself. Let me show you how to pray for yourself. Let me show you how to read a book. Let me show you how to, experience different things in life. And just because these are the cards that you're dealt, don't mean that you got to play that hand.
Exactly.
You can pull a new hand. Yeah, I don't like this hand. I tapped in. God, give me a new deal. Give me a new one. But that also comes with, like you said earlier, being transparent. That
Hmm.
also comes with being vulnerable. That also comes with, again, not wearing a mask. Because again, masks are not, they're banned on the fly. I need real, raw, relatable, and relevant. Everything else that start with all that and that go with that. I need it all,
Yeah.
because not only does it help people understand your journey, it helps people understand that if what makes me so different, what makes me what in my mind makes me think that I can't go do the same thing that she did, or figure out what my path looks like, figure out what steps I need to take to get to where I'm supposed to be at, or even just, God, what does that look like? You know what I mean? Like, what,
Hmm.
I don't have to deal with this. I can go find better. I can go create better. I can
Yeah.
mold better. I can be me. I don't have to hide behind a facade. I don't gotta put on a dog and pony show. I don't gotta chase my tail. I don't have to walk around here like, woe is me. I don't have to do any of that. There are so many things out here for so many people to do because there's nothing new up under the sun. You just gotta go find out where your shade tree at. Go hang out over here on your side of you know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
in your lane. This is my shade, your shade, you do you. And who's to say that when you begin to walk your journey, that the people that you feel, or that didn't understand you were not really meant for a different season. They just
Hmm.
didn't get you right then. You see what I'm saying? So just because something does not work out right now does not mean it's not going to come up later.
Oh, yeah.
And it may be on a different path, but you have to adapt to the mindset shift. You have to adapt to, again, why am I going through this right here? Let me figure out what this is about. Let me figure out what is meant for me right here. What do I have to learn in this that I can go teach over here,
Hmm.
because it's all about investing and learning and teaching. ILT, they talk about that in network marketing. You're investing your time in whatever you're going through, of course, because you ain't got no choice but to go through it. You're
Hmm.
learning whatever you need to learn in that season. And then you go teach someone how not to deal with what you had to deal with. Let me show you
Exactly.
how to overcome this obstacle. Let me show you how to pull yourself out of this. And you being a grief coach, let me show you how to grieve the right way,
In a healthy
grieve
way.
in your way, right? And not allow someone to tell you you ain't, get up and it's gonna be all right and da 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 da, because it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work
Man,
that way.
sis, because listen, those were the words that will send me over the edge.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then, and I know people mean well. We all know people mean well, and we know that people follow the I will say society standards, oh, um, it's gonna be okay, and they're in a better place, and this and that. Baby, my brother was taken from me tragically, and we don't know who pulled the trigger.
Right.
So you gonna tell me that was that was things that would trigger me, and I would
Right.
have to exit the room. And even now, people can say some things, and I'll look over my shoulder like, did you just really say that to me? And I have to regroup because people don't understand that even though you mean well by your words, you have to really be cautious about the things that you say to a grieving person,
Agreed.
because you can very well destroy your relationship. Someone made a post recently, um, and she was so kind about it. But at the end of the post, she said, at the end of the post, she just said, just know after I lay my son to death, to
To
lay my
rest.
son to rest,
Mm-hmm.
um, you all have lost me forever. And I had to sit back and I had to sit with that
Mm-hmm.
because I understood
Mm-hmm.
exactly what she meant.
Right.
You know, you can really sever some ties, just not being conscious about what you're saying. And I always say, step into someone else's shoes.
Right.
How would you feel in those shoes? And that's how I teach my children, um, don't do something to someone that you don't want done to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like you want to do this to a person and you don't know how they're going to receive it, step into their shoes first. How
Mm-hmm.
would you receive it if it was done to you?
Right. Right.
And people don't understand that will solve a lot of problems in life. If you just stepped out of your shoes and step into someone else's shoes, you will stop a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but
In everything that you've been through, I got a couple more questions. You did good talk. Good talk. Who has been your biggest mentor? And if you have multiple, you can say, however many that is, but who has been your biggest mentors in life?
in life or in this new journey.
Either or. I mean, however you answer. If
I
you
will
want to do
say
both, that's fine.
growing up, my grandmother was my biggest mentor, my biggest influence in my life.
Mhm.
If anybody who knows me knows that, like that ain't a secret. Granny was my everything. My best friend couldn't go 1 hour without talking to her, you know. But in this new journey, God placed some beautiful and amazing women with some stories of their own in my life. And I've learned a lot. I would definitely have to say when it came down to being authentic and accepting who I am and taking up my own space, I would have to contribute that to Ebony Cannon.
Mm.
Cause sis, don't care where she at, who she with, and what she do, Ebony gonna be Ebony.
Yes.
And I love it. I
Right.
love it. And so she taught me a lot about owning who I am
Mhm.
and just loving me for me,
Yeah.
flaws and all.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that when it came down to not giving up, pressing through,
Mhm.
revamping. If that
Yeah.
ain't working, figure it out and go another way. I
Yeah.
gotta get at to Keisha Spencer.
Yeah.
I gotta get at to Keisha Spencer because I watched sis revamp go through and still come out on top. Like, okay, that didn't work. Let me remake this and we gonna try it this way. And so she gave me that, oh, I can do that too. I ain't gotta give up on myself. Keep pushing, girl. Keep pushing. And and I'm not just saying this because we on your show, the Flash Show. No, no, no. But and I now want the world to know that you have been one of my biggest support through all of it. I can text you at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know it, and you like, "What's up, sis? How you doing, Sugarfoot?" You know, and but you're gonna give it to me real, and you're gonna give it to me raw.
Right.
And even when I don't believe in myself, or if I'm stumbling with anything, you know, I be like, "Jazz, you gonna give it to me plain and simple." And I might be crying when I get out there phone, or I might be mad at you, but you gave it to me the way that I need it, raw and real, and
Right.
I greatly appreciate that. Um, and it's crazy because I met all of you women around the same time. Well, minus Keisha and Ebony, I've been knowing them for years
Right.
from high school, but um, another one I gotta give it to Miss Angela A. Love Lewis. Baby, if I don't want to be like that, like now, I want to be like that, like when I grow up, cause that one right there, baby. When I tell you she can just own a room and how she just motivates you and inspire you. And I remember when we did the first anthology, and she was introducing me.
Mhm.
And baby, she inspired me to walk the stage because I was nervous as I don't know what. But when she got through introducing me, baby, I strutted that stage like I ain't never strutted before. And I still watch that video because
Right.
I'm like, I can't believe I walked that stage the way that I did. But I did
Right.
it.
Yes.
So I just want to just thank those ladies for just rallying around me, not even knowing me, you know, and just accepting me for who I was and where I was at that point, but never giving up on me, pushing me, holding me accountable. You know, I really, really appreciate them. And I just seen a comment come up from Mrs. Ilyasa. Baby, I love you. That's all I'm gonna say is I love you. She knows because I'm on her page more than she is. Like, what's she supposed to say? Yes, but I just say, and I have to give thanks to Kelly because if it wasn't for Kelly starting the CEO, I wouldn't know any of you ladies, you know. So her vision coincided with God's vision. Boom, put y'all in my way, and hey,
Yeah.
look at me
Shout
now.
out to
So
Kelly A. Bowens.
yes,
Y'all know her, the CEO and founder of the CEO District, where a lot of us became close. A
hmm,
lot of us, a sisterhood started, a
yes,
lovehood started, you know, in the CEO. So that is a journey that none of us will never forget.
never,
You know, Kel
yes.
Boogie. And look, Kel Boogie, Illy know what it is. She know. Look,
Yes.
listen. If it was not for like, I wouldn't even know Katrina, you know, Wilcox, you know, like, cause listen, when I tell you
Yes.
sweet
I
heart,
met her at your
they
brunch and
yeah,
she, yes, yes, yes.
Kelly A get it right. Listen, and so and that just lets you know, like when you're willing to put yourself out there, when you're scared, when you have fear, when you're nervous, you
Mhm.
have no idea the doors that will open for you.
Oh,
It's
yes,
just all about putting yourself out there. When you tread that scary ground, when you God, I'm gonna need you to walk me through this. I'm gonna need you to stand with me. If I get to the point to where I fall out, I'm gonna need you to pick me up, and
mm,
we gonna walk, we gonna go through this. But
yes,
when you got God on your side and you pray for Him to order your steps, you know they say the
mm,
steps of a good man are ordered. I
yes,
always like to tell people, and you know it's plain to get the key word in that are steps. You have to take steps in order for
steps.
Him to order something. He
Mhm.
can't order you your destiny if you ain't stepping. You know, you can stand still, and you know they say peace be still and God guide me, show me where I need to go. But again, show me where I need to go. You have to see the vision, but you gotta take that walk to get there. You
Mhm.
gotta do the work to get there. It's all in doing that work. And when you take that time, like you have, and like you're still doing, and like a lot of us that are still on our journey, when you take the time to do the work, man, when I tell you there is no limit
Mm.
to what God can give you when you just open yourself up just enough for Him to just shine a light in your
Yeah.
life. A lot of us are walking around in such mentally dim times. And when you understand that you were not placed here to be walking around in darkness,
Mm.
that when you lean on the light of God, that there is nothing that you cannot do. There
Oh,
is
yeah.
no door that is meant for you that will close. All the doors are already open. You just got to go through your journey to get to the door.
Yes.
And that's what I love to hear are the journeys. I love to hear I was here one moment and now I had to do my work and now I'm slowly learning how to love me. I'm
Yes.
slowly learning how to understand me. Just like when you said earlier, how do you define who you are? I'm discovering who I am. I'm discovering my new identity and I love every second of it. This
Mm.
is such a peaceful journey understanding who you are. Just get to know yourself. Like so many people are so scared to sit by themselves. Man,
Mm-mm.
baby, leave me by myself. Cut bye. Goodbye.
And everybody be like, "You are old woman. You don't want to come out the house. You want to, baby." I love my peace, and in my peace, I become self-aware.
Yeah,
I'm learning how to operate in my femininity,
talk about
because
it.
baby, I operated in masculine energy for quite some time. So I mean, people are really bothered about being by themselves, and I, I don't think it was a point where I was ever bothered about being by myself, so I don't really quite grasp it.
Mhm.
Um, but I will say that learning how to sit with yourself, reflect on your stuff,
Mhm.
allow God to speak to you in that quiet moment,
Right.
ain't nothing like it. It
Yeah.
ain't nothing like it.
That's that peace that surpasses all understanding right there. That's what
Yes,
that is.
yes,
Being
yes,
able to sit in the peace of God and allowing Him to talk to you, but you're being
yes,
open enough to hear, cutting all distractions. That's what
yes,
it's about. And
yes.
that leads me to my next question for you, which is almost my last question because we're coming up on an hour.
Okay, I went fast.
Listen, what have you learned or gained throughout your entire journey?
Oh, I've learned a lot. That's a whole list of stuff. What have I gained? I've gained me.
Mm,
Um, I gained me. Even from a child, I didn't love myself. I had to learn to love myself as an adult. And a lot of things that I experienced in life, I went through that because I didn't love myself. And I allowed certain things to happen to me because I didn't love myself.
right.
So the fact that I have gained me, honor, and respect for me, that's a lot.
Mm,
That is a lot within itself. What I have learned, um, I've learned a lot, but mainly I've learned that I can do the steps. I can make the stride, but it ain't all in my hands. It's in God's hands. And so that is a lot for me because I was a worried toad. I feel like if I couldn't see how it was going to play out, then it wasn't going to play out. But when I allow God to lead me and direct me, and faith is what? What is faith, sis?
You said. You said.
Operating with the belief, even when you can't see it.
Talk about it.
When I learned how to do that, when I learned to put all of my trust and my faith in God and not worry about the outcome, just do my part. Man, let me tell you, sis, this smile is here for a reason. So, yes, I would say those are two of my biggest takeaways on my journey. And I know those are two of the best takeaways that I can get throughout this journey that's going to lead me on the rest of my journey, because this journey ain't going to end until I'm called home. So
listen, you don't make it until you get the glory here. If you walk
that's
around here
it.
feeling like you made it, well, baby, if this is heaven, somebody lied to me. Okay, listen.
For real.
And so, in closing, tell us about your new book.
My baby.
Yeah, tell us about Life Ain't Been No Sunshine. Talk about it, man.
Listen. It is the story of Legacy Nicole Miles of Ego. It is inspired by true events, but however, it is if you want to put a genre on it, I would say hood tale with a little inspiration, motivation. But
Okay.
basically, it's a story of Legacy Nicole, and she just real raw. She give it to you how she went through it and how she overcome it, and oh baby, it's a page turner. And when I say it's my baby, it is my baby. Listen, I wrote it. But when I say I've already read it like 3 times, so I am super, super excited about the release of that, which is Friday. Um, I'm super excited about that because I know for a fact that if it just touched one person, it's done its job,
Yeah.
and it's relatable.
Yes.
It's relatable, but also it's inspiring. It gives hope, motivation, and it even provides you a few steps on how to, make a couple strides in your life too. So, I'm just excited about it. That is my baby. Life Ain't Been No Sunshine. It will be released on Friday. Make sure you get your copy.
So
Get
how
your
can
copy.
they get a copy?
You can actually order it. Um, Actually, I can drop my link. Give it to you.
Give me the word, and baby, I'm finna hit seen on this comment.
Girl,
What's
drop
the
that
link?
link.
What's
It
the
is
link?
www.lakecialockeridge.com. You can get it there. It will be available on Amazon. Actually, the Amazon bestseller campaign will kick off. I think it is on Friday.
Okay.
So make sure y'all run it up, make it bestseller around here. Come on
We
now.
shoot for a three-peat because you already got 2 Amazon
Yes,
bestsellers, and we are
yes,
shooting for a third. So
yes.
everybody that's tuning in,
One
watching
for the
the
Father, the
replay,
Son, and the Holy
in the
Spirit. Give
Holy
it to
Ghost,
me. Come on.
hallelujah. Everybody that's watching, make sure you go follow Lakecia Lockeridge right here on Facebook, on all social media handles. I have the link in the comments on how you can order her book, but
Yes,
make sure I'm shooting for y'all to wait for Friday so we
yes,
can get these numbers up so we can make her a 3P Amazon bestseller. I am
yes,
excited for everything that you got going on. I'm excited about some other news that you ain't gonna share yet, but I'm gonna keep to myself because I'm excited about it. But y'all just make sure you all stay locked in with Lakecia Lockridge. Let them know real quick where they can follow you at.
Oh, of course. They can follow me on Facebook because I'm on there more than any other site. But you can follow me on Facebook at Author Lakecia Lockeridge. You can also follow me on Instagram, Lakecia Lockeridge. And you know what? TikTok been my thing lately, and my name on there is Empowered Melanated Beauty. Um, so yeah, just go hit that follow button, send me a friend request, send me a message, whatever. I follow back, you know. So um look, it is what it is. A girl from straight South Memphis around here. So
Well, thank you so much, Lakecia, for just being on the Fly Show. Thank you so much for just taking a time out, carving a little time out for little old me to just
oh,
come in here and sit and share a little bit of your story and your testimony, and just giving hope and wisdom and some nuggets and knowledge for people that are looking to continue on the journey to go to the next level, but just maybe have a little apprehension. And I hope that everything that Miss Lakecia has been talking about tonight has touched some of you. Make sure you continue to like, tag, and share this broadcast. Before I go, I have some exciting news that I want to share about the Fly Show. So, as you all know, for everyone that knows Miss Angela A. Love Lewis, she has created and she is the founder of the We Empower Network. So, I am excited to announce that the Fly Show will be on We Empower Network every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you don't
yeah.
catch me here, make sure you go follow We Empower Network, We Empower Nation. Make sure you like and share and get people in We Empower Network, because we are doing some phenomenal things at We Empower Network. I am excited. I am honored. I am blessed. I am joyed. I am humble. And I'm just excited about what God is doing in my journey, y'all. So make sure you go follow We Empower Network, because your girl, Jasmine D. Milhouse, is bumping it up to another level. You know, God knows about
Yeah.
the girl. But let me come back. All right. So
Congratulations,
so thank you
yes.
so much. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So if you don't catch me at 8, you can definitely go to We Empower Network and catch me at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night. All right here on Facebook and on YouTube Live. Make sure you don't forget to tune in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button so you can be notified every time we go live. There are a lot of phenomenal shows over there in We Empower Network. Also, a couple of the show hosts they were on here tonight. I have a phenomenal new season lined up right here on the Fly Show, so I can't wait for you all to join me back here next Wednesday on the Fly Show. And remember, I like to end it. Y'all know how I like to do. Remember to first love you, because
Yeah.
you absolutely deserve it. You all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Good night.
Jesus, have your way. Jesus, have your way. I got it made. You never delay. You came and you paid, so babe.